Well, the election isn't for 11 more months. The Democrats wanted to do this very quickly, I think because they wanted to get it out of the way of the presidential campaign. They want to give a chance to their potential nominee. You know, there's still 10 or so candidates in the race for the Democrats, a chance to be the focus of attention and to say the things that they need to say to be good candidates. So they know this impeachment isn't going to result in removal, so they want to do it quickly, which is why we're doing it right now.
Could their strategy backfire here and work to their disadvantage as we get closer to the election?
Well, I think I suspect it's already working a little bit to their disadvantage in that President Trump seems to be perfectly happy to be talking about impeachment. He likes bringing it up. He tweets about it. He wants to be in the news saying these guys are trying to railroad me, America, and if they weren't railroading me, they'd be railroading you. So I think it plays right into his message.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot. Tell me 3 Democratic contenders that you think will be left in the race.
Well, I think Joe Biden will definitely be left. While his numbers in Iowa and New Hampshire are not terrific, nationwide he's doing really well. Americans like him. He may not be the quickest witted or the most edgy candidate, but Americans like him. He's a solid guy. He's been around for a long time. His numbers have been pretty solid across the board, so I think he's still going to be there. Pete Buttigieg, who is younger and exciting.
You think he's going to be in the top 3?
I think he could be. I think if I were a betting person, I would probably bet on him. And I also think Elizabeth Warren, you know, who has really probably done the most work in terms of policy development. She's put a lot of effort into clear and comprehensive policies that people can take a look at. She seems to have played the game pretty well so far. So I think those are the 3 that are going to remain going forward.
And when you talk to a lot of people like yourself, a lot of them say, you know, so much depends on which one of these candidates has the best chance of beating Donald Trump.
Right.
And in your opinion, which one has that better chance?
Well, the numbers indicate it's Joe Biden, right? He, in all of the polling figures, when the Democrats are compared to President Trump's numbers, former Vice President Biden does pretty well. He has appeal across the spectrum of all the different groups that are part of the Democratic Party coalition: whites, blacks, working class, well-educated folks. He does pretty well with all those different groups. So he's probably the one who matches up best with the president.
What about issues? Healthcare, economy, trade? What do you think will be most on voters' minds? I know it's still so early that we're talking about this, but...
Well, it's going to be tough for Democrats. For all of the things that Trump has said that kind of irritates people and his brusque manner and some of the rude things that he says and things like that, the economy is in terrific shape. Unemployment is lower than it's ever been virtually in American history. So he's got a very strong argument on the economic terms. The Democrats have to find a way to neutralize that advantage of his and then exploit his weaknesses in other areas, which is respectability, ethics, and the way he conducts himself in office.
What about the fact, you know, this country is very much polarized right now, in fact has been divided the last 3 years. Is that going to motivate voters to get out and vote?
Well, you know, it's a fascinating question, and the conventional wisdom in the U.S. for years was the party that goes and gets the independent voters in the middle is the one that wins. I think that's no longer true, and now it's the party that can motivate its base to get a higher turnout ratio than the other side. So that's why you see both parties kind of playing to the extremes in their party. They're playing to their base. They're not really trying to win the independent voters. They're trying to make sure their people show up, because that's how you win the race. That's how Trump won in 2016.
And final question, will Donald Trump be reelected again?
Right now, it looks like he's going to be, but we don't know who his opponent is. So, and that's a huge factor, obviously. Okay. So I think we really have to wait and see who he's actually running against.
All right. Lester Munson, as always, thank you so much.
Thank you.